What is up, guys? Welcome to a rainy Toronto. We are just sat in the car outside a mall, Sherway Gardens. That's what we like to do on a Wednesday at 10 a.m. The kids are back there having a...
No.
Hey, no.
Get back there.
That wasn't an invitation. That's Benny. Lily's been a good girl. You want me on camera?
Okay.
I just want to be a voice. Our place right now is getting some work done, so we can't be in for the next 3 hours. So that's why we're on the road. That's why we're out this early, basically outside the mall. Jasmine's gonna go and do a little bit of shopping, or maybe get me birthday gifts. Huh?
No, I'm getting myself birthday gifts.
So yeah, I'm just gonna chill with the kids, and just for the next 3 hours where we gotta be out, nothing.
Only 2 hours.
So
now.
I thought I would do a video. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Toronto. As you know, if you follow the channel, if you follow the movement, if you follow, not movement.
The movement.
I'm not a cult. If you follow just the moving to Canada is what I'm trying to say. Obviously need more coffee this morning. I moved to Canada 2016, moved to Toronto, always lived in Toronto. Had the privilege of going to Ottawa because Jasmine's family's from there and visiting that beautiful city. And over the past 3 years, Toronto has been my home. And
Smells
at
like
first, yeah, just not like fish in his car. They're enjoying themselves. Yeah. The first 3 years, my experience has kind of been up and down. Appreciative of what Toronto has given me as a city, appreciative of what Canada's given me, of course, but Toronto is
no longer your jam.
no longer my jam, would be a good way to put it. When I first got here, and again, if you follow the channel, you know that I'm from a small city in England called York. Moving to a big city. I think Toronto is the biggest city in Canada. Big bright lights, skyscrapers, all like a city that kind of, to quote New York, that doesn't sleep, like constant going. And at first, that was a massive novelty. Even getting on a subway. I never lived in London in the UK, so even getting on the subway was kind of fun. It's kind of weird. But now, that constant hustle and bustle, that constant just people everywhere, and nothing against homeless people. I'm not one of those people that bashes homeless people. But I know people are like, you can't just say that about homeless people, but there's a lot in Toronto. A lot of crazy people where I wouldn't feel safe letting Jasmine go out with the dogs by herself. I wouldn't feel safe. You going? Okay, Jasmine's going. Yeah, I wouldn't feel safe letting her out with the dogs by herself. For the majority of the part, they're pretty harmless, but it's just, Toronto has taken a toll on me. I am no longer wanting to live in a big city. On this sporadic video that we are planning next year, potentially, to move to Ottawa. Smaller city, still pretty big, but a lot more chilled out. Another thing that really grinds my gears about Toronto is the traffic. Traffic's a killer. You can go out on the road and basically you just live in your car. A trip that should take 15 minutes often takes an hour. And it's just, yeah. I think there's 4 million people in Toronto, and it's just not my jam anymore. It's just not where I see myself being. It's not where I see myself raising a family. I want, as there is parks here, as you've seen before, but I want more areas that I can take the dogs. Now I've got Penny and Lily. I just want to be able to, I don't know, not live in a massive city. And the rent cost is insane. We're lucky because Jasmine got her place when rent wasn't too bad. But rent now is only climbing higher. And to buy a place, we want to buy a house. We don't want to rent for the rest of our lives. And to buy a place in Toronto is pretty much impossible. And again, why would I buy a place here if I don't love it? I know, and the majority of people I speak to in Toronto that have come from smaller cities around Canada, Toronto feels like the goal. When I speak to Canadians I'm recording off my phone, so sorry it's a bit shaky. But when I speak to Canadians, it's kind of like seems Toronto or Vancouver is the goal. So people from Ottawa come here, people from all these little smaller cities come here, and that's like, it's like the New York of Canada, and it's where you come to make your dreams happen, or you gotta be here for work. And I get that, but I don't have to be here for work. I'll go into my next video about kind of what we do for work, but I don't have to be here for work. I can move around, and I have the privilege of doing that. And if I'm not completely happy in Toronto, it's the first time I've said it properly in this video, because Canadians, as much as they give me grief for the way that I talk, they don't even pronounce Toronto with the second T. Toronto. But yeah, I just don't love the city anymore. I just don't. It's too much. It's crazy all the time. And if you love it, that's fine. I advise everyone not to take this video too seriously. Come and figure it out for yourselves. If you want to come to Toronto, come to Toronto. Figure it out. See what it's like for yourself. You may love it. You may thrive off this. I know people that we speak to and our friends that will never, ever, ever, ever leave Toronto. Ever. And for me, I don't see that in the future. Like I said when I was in the UK, if I find myself consistently complaining about something, as I was in my 9-to-5 job, as I was sat in the UK bored to death, as I was complaining about the rain, it's raining here today, but as I was doing all of that, I made a pact with myself. A 25-year-old, 26-year-old Daryl Hopcutt made a pact that if I ever find myself complaining consistently, if I do not change it, then I have no right to complain. So I'm finding myself complaining a lot about Toronto recently, so I have to do something to change it. That will obviously be documented in my videos in the future. I'm getting more videos out because I've got a little bit more free time. And just an update, thank you for the emails you guys send to me. I will get back to you. But just as you can imagine, it's a bit overwhelming when people are asking for life advice. I do these videos to update you. I love chatting with you, love talking, love that you reach out, love that you support the channel. We're at 700 subscribers right now, which is pretty awesome. But it is a little overwhelming when some questions are kind of, it feels like they're waiting for my answer to make a decision, when all I can do is talk about my experiences and you can go off that. I can't fully advise what your experience will be like. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That is a video on Toronto. I'll do more kind of around Toronto, I suppose, vlogs and stuff when the weather clears up and gets a little bit better. But we are going into winter right now, so maybe not. And then, yeah, we're going to Thailand next week, which will be exciting. I'm going to vlog. I think Jasmine's got me a new camera more, because I've got a big Canon one, what I use in the house for the videos. I think she's got me a handheld vlogging one, like a Sony RX. So maybe, I think that's what she's got me. So maybe Thailand vlogging, bringing you guys, which will be awesome. Okay, I'm just babbling on now, sat on the cardboard. All right, thanks for watching as always, guys, and I will see you in the next video.